The white snake can be likened to the dragon, to the butterfly, to Venus coming out of the ocean. This is a touchback to all of those archetypes. Here it's the albino snake. So it's the great Kundalini energy, but it is wild, and it is a huge wild energy within us that wants to be acknowledged today. We continue taking a look at the universal symbolism, the imagery, the psychological profiling, and the individual complementary gemstones of the degrees of the zodiac. There are 360 of them. We're taking a look at 2 each time. Today we are on Sagittarius Gemini 17. I thank you so very much for being here today, and without further ado, let's jump into Sagittarius. An Easter sunrise service draws a large crowd. A flame dancing at the top of a man's head. A monkey dressed in a brocade coat. Sunlight flooding an altar covered with flowers. In a fireplace, a fire flares up for a moment. A baby phoenix hops out of it. The stone for Sag is yellow prehnite, and the spelling will be in the description for both stones. It promotes balanced well-being in the physical, emotional, and spiritual body. It aids with issues such as anxiety, insomnia, and stress. It is a stone of prophecy. It promotes communication with other planes of existence. It's a stone of dreaming. It increases the powers during dream state and strengthens lucid dreams. An Easter sunrise service, but we're in December, so we're being reminded to keep our eye on the future here, to shoot our bow and arrow into spring with hope and renewal, that life is joyful, and to make it so, and therefore it is. So keeping our mind in a positive state of mind here. Also to remember that we're wild on the inside. The monkey in a brocade jacket. So a monkey is wild, playful, silly, a prankster, but he's dressed up in his coat. So he's pretending to be something else, playfully. A reminder that we are wild within, that the wild wants to play with us from within. So this is a degree for actors, dressing up, playing different roles that whatever suits. Embracing the idea that we are candles. No matter what wind is blowing, the candle can only be blown out if we allow it. So there's a major focus on the crown chakra here, the flame dancing at the top of a man's head. Throughout everything that I read here, it was repeated several times. To see the flame lit at the top of a mountain, that we are the mountain, that there are many layers in the mountain. But when the flame is lit, it permeates the entire mountain. It permeates our entire being. Embracing inner stillness in order for the flame to be lit and to have a bigger influence here. So candles, the flame within, but mainly the crown chakra is at play here. Flowers, embracing the idea of spring today. Eggs, renewal, rebirth. So we're embracing rebirth here in December with an eye towards spring. Let's take a look at Gemini. The head of a robust youth changes into that of a mature thinker. Deep in a cave, a large albino snake. In the mental body, a web of golden light flickers with energy. A holy man with closed eyes is hovering in the air and gently smiling. A magic coin that has only one side. The stone for Gemini is Banded Amethyst or Chevron Amethyst. It enhances intuition, promotes unconditional love. It dissipates and repels negativity, cleanses the aura. It harmonizes and heals the body's immune system, imbues us with spiritual wisdom. It stimulates visions when focused upon. there's a contrast from yesterday. So yesterday was feminine, emotional outbursts, possibly, and then responding to it. Here, it's embracing, again, the crown chakra as we saw in Sagittarius. So this is more of a mental degree. This is a highly spiritual degree. It's a wild degree that can be missed if you're not looking for it. So I love deep diving into these degrees. There's a wildness that wants to get our attention, and will if we just tune into it. It's coming from the crown, the wild nature within, our truest, deepest essence wants to say hello and play today, wants to be acknowledged. So a meditation where you focus on the crown, you focus on the flame, would possibly bring you in touch with some wildness that could be alarming. It's the opening of the third eye, and the third eye is attached to the giant within that we all are. It's a holy degree. The holy man closes his eyes, is hovering in the air, and is smiling. So we smile upon our wild nature, and it smiles back. The mental body with a web of golden light is flickering with energy. So we're very much alive today. On the inside, it's a holy, sacred degree. This is a holy degree. The white snake can be likened to the dragon, to the butterfly, to Venus coming out of the ocean. This is a touchback to all of those archetypes. Here it's the albino snake. So it's the great Kundalini energy, but it is wild. And it is a huge, wild energy within us that wants to be acknowledged today. The keeper of the shadows is the large albino snake deep in the cave. We are the cave. The snake is the truth of who we are, the depths of who we are. Our power, the seat of our power is here. That the power we seek is within, that it is wild, can be a little bit scary. I mean, it's going to feel like, it can feel like the alligator raises up and you see the eye. It's the third eye winking back at you. Leave a comment if you've had any visions of that. I did last night. I saw a large eye looking back at me, and it was coming from, like, it was at the front of my forehead. Like, it felt like it was right there, and it was right before I lay down for bed. So it was during a quiet time, and that's the albino snake. That's what that is. But it's different for everyone, and it is our wild nature. It's the wild flame. The albino snake can be the wild white flame dancing at the top of the head. So it's the power is within all of us. You know, the snake goes all the way up through us, but it is what's dancing at the top is consciousness, and it's wanting to wink at us. It's wanting to say hello, I'm here. And it can feel a little disconcerting. You're not crazy. We're wild on the inside. And we're meant to acknowledge that wildness to get in touch with our power. So it's the Kundalini saying hello. And it can feel, I think, very encompassing today. Like, you realize that our bodies are more than what we think they are. We know that. We know that they are. That our power comes from a mystical source. Here we're touching base with that. So that's what I have for you today. I thank you so very much for being here, for liking, commenting, and subscribing for more. I would love to hear any of your comments, if you've had any dreams, any visions, any thoughts about these symbols. I would love to hear them. We all can learn from them. Until next time, take care.